Ooh. Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a while, I know I've taken my time, but this is part of what this video is about. As you guys know, we're going through a pandemic and shit's different, shit's changed. So I just want to talk about self-care and some of the things that I do or did or trying to do to try and keep okay, because it's not a normal time. So that's what this video is about. I'm going to try and keep it brief. And then I also just want to hear about some of the stuff that you guys do, some of the stuff that you've done over the last 2 months now. What is it, day 70 of lockdown in South Africa? So what are the things that you've done to try and keep okay, to try and keep stable and try and keep as normal as possible? So yeah, that's what this video will be about. So, day 70. I'm assuming it's day 70. I can't remember. I've lost track. I've stopped counting. Who's still actually counting? But day whatever the hell it is of e-lockdown that was announced sometime in March here in South Africa at least. So, how are you guys coping? How are you keeping sane? I know I've only done one video which I posted like right at the beginning of the lockdown. There's another video I did, but I didn't upload because I didn't really like it. Kids, but I'm hoping that this one is a video I enjoy and I enjoy making, and hopefully, or if you're seeing this, it means that's now up. So I enjoyed making it. So we're dealing with a lot of things at the same time. Not only is 2020 throwing up a shitstorm over the year, let's think about some of the things that have happened already this year, because that's how ridiculous it is. In January, we had rumors of World War III. In February, we had the incident of the cat, the four-ways cat that drives a taxi. Everybody remember that? That was this year. I think also around February, March, we also had the incident with the Parktown Boys School, where a boy was neglected and went missing. And then we had the pandemic that broke into Africa in March, which started everything that we're currently facing. It's been a year that's been jam-packed with so many different things. Everybody's emotions have been up and down, up and down. And I'm worried because I think as South Africans, we're still braced for the worst to come. It's level 3 now, but people are behaving like there's no restrictions. Say, man. You do you, I do me, everybody's doing their own shit. And because of these things and because of the easing of restrictions, which people were asking for, means we're facing a pretty hectic next few months. So it's important that we talk about things like self-care. I know not a lot of us have access to therapy because it's an expensive thing, but there's certain things that we can do, certain things that we can try to just maintain a bit of normalcy in your life and a bit of balance so that you're okay. I want to talk about those things. I want to dive deep into some of those things that we can do to try and like just take care of ourselves, take care of ourselves mentally, and as best as you can, take care of yourself physically. So before lockdown, I think my routine was pretty simple. Like if I had a really, really shitty day at work and I just needed to blow some steam, the gym was always a great place to go. If you guys go to gyms, Virgin Active particularly, there's classes that are amazing, like there's Grid, there's Rumble. Sometimes I'd even do swimming, and then just finish off the session with the time in the steam room, because that was a nice way to unwind. But no gym. Another thing that I used to do that I found really helpful was I used to run sometimes, not often, sometimes. But one of the biggest things that I used to like sort of de-stress and take the emotion out, but like take the frustration out, was I used to play soccer. So I played indoor soccer on Tuesdays, on Thursdays, and Fridays, maybe every other week. Some weeks I'd do all three nights in a week, and some weeks would do 2 or 1. But out of all the things I did for self-care, that was probably my favorite, because 1, it was consistent, 2, I was running around, and 3, if you're winning and you're killing it in the game, your confidence was up. That's gone. There's no soccer. There's no indoor soccer. And sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind because, guys, I can't do the running thing at the moment because 6 o'clock in the morning, it's too cold. Even in Durban, it's too cold. I don't know how people in Joburg are doing it. And then often, because work is so hectic at the moment, we end up leaving at like 5, 5:15, and by the time I get home, it's like 5:30. And to try and squeeze in a run in 30 minutes is also just impossible. And because you're waking up every day, the last thing you want to do is wake up on a Saturday or Sunday to go for a run. So that's also out. And then another thing I also did for like taking care of myself, which is now back amazingly, is hiking. So every now and then go up to Kloof, some mates. I've never gone alone, but to go with some friends and just for a couple of hours just walk around, explore nature, take some pictures, because obviously if you don't take pictures it didn't happen. If it's not on the gram it didn't happen. So I do that as well as like a form of self-care. But luckily that's back. My favorite hiking trail opened on Monday. So this Sunday I'm definitely going. And then obviously another way of taking care of yourself, depends on how you want to phrase it, was going out. Guys, you've seen my Instagram stories and my snaps. I enjoyed going out, having fun, like just blowing steam, blowing money, but mainly blowing steam. It was absolutely fantastic. I had a ball, but to a certain degree I don't actually miss groove. I maybe miss having the option of going out, but going out itself and the whole experience, I haven't missed that much. I don't even miss alcohol. Like when I didn't really run out, but I was hardly drinking during the lockdown, so I haven't missed much. But that was one of the things that I used to do to like take care of myself in a sense. Like if you don't do anything like overboard, and it becomes like a weird thing, it can be a form of self-care. Because I think there's an unhealthy coping mechanism in going out and drinking all the time. But if you know yourself and your balance and your limitations, I think it can be a nice escape or form of escape into just doing nice normal things with people. Hey guys, I miss views though. I haven't lied. I miss views, and I miss keep and Peter Maritzburg. That views moment with the sparkles and the song, and then afterwards drop her home Cindy's, all those things. I miss all of that. But I don't know if we're gonna get any of that back this year, because the last thing I want to go do is groove with people, because I didn't trust me guys. I didn't trust you guys, so I'm not that keen for groove to come back just yet. Then I think maybe the last bit of things that I did before all of this was like random trips to the Midlands, random trips to Maritzburg to hang out with some friends, like that kind of stuff. That's what I used to do then, but obviously I can't do a lot of that stuff now, except for hiking, which is back. And like I said about exercising, there's too many issues. So now, just some of the things I'm doing to take care of myself. At least I'm trying to, because work is showing me flames. So I've recently learned what my Enneagram type is. I'm type 7. So my type basically loves freedom and the idea of being able to do whatever you want to do. And unfortunately, lockdown is the exact opposite of that. So I realized that a nice thing to do, or at least to keep my mind going, is to try new things. So when lockdown started, I was an okay cook. No one died. I didn't die. Semi-enjoyed my food most of the time, and some days it was really, really good. But since lockdown, I've had to increase the skill, because I'm going to big value. I'm a takeaway and take out and all that stuff. All the stuff I normally get. Uber Eats was my best friend, and it was gone. So I had to start cooking, but I knew I'd be bored, because again, my personality type, if I cooked the same shit over and over again, like if I was doing chicken stir fry or beef stir fry all the time, I would have been over it. I would have just lived on bread and Milo. So I decided to challenge myself, and I think most of these last 70 days when I've been cooking, it's been a new meal. Like I've tried stuffed chicken. The only thing I tried and failed dismally at cooking was cream spinach on its own. Like when it was going to be part of a what's the thing, stuffed chicken breast, but like when I was making it as a side dish, terrible. But I'm going to try it one more time. I also tried baking. I made an amazing cheesecake. It was a bit sweet. I made brownies twice. Made pancakes. Another thing that semi-dribbled me, and showing me flames. I just think it just took too long to do them. And the pot I was using, there was too many things on it, and they were too big, so cooking them took forever. So yeah, those are some things I'm doing now. Also just trying to. I did a bit of TikTok as well, because gain creativity and whatever. But at the moment, I'm gonna pause the TikTok until at least I've figured out what my thoughts around Black Lives Matter and TikTok is. So I'm on pause with that. Then I wanted to read. I haven't. I started, but I haven't really. But I think I should continue that. And try to finish that. And then I don't know, just trying to learn new things online. Trying to be okay. And then that's the other thing, just as self-care, is just being okay with the space, and accepting the situation. Because I feel like you know, like we go through motions with this thing, right? There's days where you're like, okay, cool, life continues, and then there's days where you're like, what the fuck? We're in the middle of a pandemic. This is a once in a lifetime kind of thing. And as a millennial, I lived through the credit crunch in the 2008, 2010, and I'm like living through a fucking pandemic. 2020 feels like 3 years and 6 months. So sometimes it's okay just to not be okay with the situation and the scenario that we find ourselves in. So just thinking, taking time to be by yourself and just recollect yourself is important. Another thing that's been keeping me sane and going, sorry, this table's gonna move again, is I'm part of a fellowship, so we've been having classes online. And so it's been great to connect with some of my fellows across the country, across the region, just to see how everybody else is doing. That's also what's kept me going and kept me a bit normal. And then obviously taking care of my skincare routine. Recently got some new things, so that's going to be awesome. Oh, and I think finally another thing that I think has helped in terms of self-care over this period, like the economy is hectic, it's a mess. The jobs market is tense, and so I'm absolutely grateful to still have a job, one that paid me the same salary throughout. And I mean, of course, we were essential services, so we still had to go to work. But besides that, still getting paid, still continuing as normal in that sense, has kept a bit of a routine going, which I think sometimes is important. Yeah. And then, finally, I just think Twitter has been, for me at least during this time, a good space. Because at least I know I'm not alone. Because sometimes you feel like you're going alone when you're going through things. So like, the other day I posted, yo guys, I can't believe we're going through a pandemic. And people are like, yo, it hits me in waves. I'm like, exactly. It's ridiculous, man. But things like online communities are good in that sense. Again, everything in proper, proportions, or not overdoing stuff, not being too excessive. It's been good to see my screen time going down each week. And some week it goes up, but most of the time it's been going down, which is good, which means I'm not excessively online. But it's been a good space to just not be alone in this thing. And then I suppose the final thing that's been good for my self-care is I appreciate the space I live in. I appreciate my flatmates. I appreciate the fact that we can give each other space. We're not in each other's faces. There's 3 of us in this flat, 3-bedroom flat, apartment or flat, whatever you want to call it. But it's spacious enough that we have our space if we need our space. So that's been good. I've got a good routine going amongst us. So I absolutely, the fact that I have Wi-Fi, there's been no load shedding, appreciate that stuff. That stuff's also kept me going. And then the final thing that's been good. I've played so much FIFA. By the way, if you are a FIFA player, you've got FIFA 20 and you've got Xbox One, hit me up in the comment section. Love to invite you and kick your ass on FIFA. We've been playing Ultimate Champ, Ultimate Teams, which is amazing because it's taken my FIFA skills to another level. Absolutely grateful for that as well. So yeah, those are some of the things that have kept me going and being a bit okay. So I'd love to hear from you guys. What are some of the things that you used to do that you still can do? What are some of the things that you used to do that you can't do anymore, that you're missing a lot? And what are the things that you've picked up during this lockdown that you've used to kind of keep okay and keep sane in a sense? Like for us as Black people, I know we're going through a lot at the moment because Black Lives Matter and the protest. So that's just another added dynamic to a shitstorm of a year. But yeah, I'd like to hear some of the things that you guys have used to take care of yourselves, to take care of your mental health, to take care of your spiritual health if you're spiritual. Yeah, so drop some of those things below. Maybe you can help someone else who's struggling with certain things and doesn't know how to express it. If it's writing, if it's reading, etc. Whatever it is, that keeps you okay, that's kept you going over the last, I've checked now, 75 days, so the last 75 days. What are some of those things? Let us know, let me know below in the comment section. And guys, please don't forget to subscribe. I promise we'll get more content, we'll do more videos. I have ideas now. I think I'm in a better space to be able to create. So please don't forget to subscribe, tell your friends about this page, about this channel, follow me on Instagram at Dlala_Mzolo, same thing on Twitter, Dlala_Mzolo. That's where you'll find me being chaotic on Twitter, but that's where you'll find me being cute on Instagram and a bit funny sometimes. But yeah guys, please don't forget to subscribe, click on the button below. I'll check you guys in the next video. Thank you so much.